And the Oscar goes to Green Book.
Netflix's Roma didn't win Best Picture at the 2019 Academy Awards, but the streaming service walked away with 4 other Oscars, proving it can hold its own against traditional Hollywood studios. It's the type of award show legitimacy Netflix has craved, and it came less than a year after the video streaming service clashed with the world's most prestigious film festival over theater exclusivity. But if Netflix wants to walk that Cannes red carpet again, someone's going to have to give. To get a better sense of Cannes' traditionalist point of view, it's important to understand that cinema is something of a national passion in France. That's thanks in part to the Lumiere brothers, who in 1895 not only created the world's first viable movie camera, but also screened what many consider to be the first motion picture. From 1902's introduction to the science fiction film genre in A Trip to the Moon, to the use of surrealism in 1946's La Belle et la Bête, to the much more realistic plots and gritty environments featured in French New Wave films like 1960's Breathless, French filmmakers have long emphasized artistic integrity over big star power and costly special effects. Even the act of going to see a film in a theater is protected by French law. It says movies can't be put on a streaming platform until 36 months after their theatrical release. But that law doesn't sit well with Netflix, which broke up with the Cannes Film Festival in 2018 after the festival ordered that all films selected to compete have to play in theaters in France. To put that in perspective, if Netflix had chosen to screen Roma at Cannes last year, it wouldn't have been able to play on its platform until at least 2021. 3 years might seem a bit excessive to Americans, where a movie's jump to streaming will only lag by a few months at the most. But when the French law was implemented in 2009, streaming services weren't making original content. If Netflix complied with France's theater to streaming requirements, it would really throw a wrench in the company's tradition of releasing its content instantaneously worldwide. And despite the amount of prestige that comes with showing at Cannes, it doesn't make much sense for Netflix to uproot its entire business strategy for one country, especially one whose total number of subscribers roughly equals the population of South Carolina. So Netflix found its own happy medium by instead showing its films at other European festivals like Venice and Berlin, much to the displeasure of local exhibitors.
Can you tell us why don't these movie theaters like Netflix? We love Netflix on this couch.
And there's a couple reasons. One, they think Netflix is disrupting their business. And 2, they're questioning why Netflix is even showing up to the festivals. The first is pretty self-explanatory. Theaters need to make money, and if you can watch the same movie at home and not pay any extra money, you're probably going to pick that option, right?
Don't have to get dressed. Everything's a little more casual.
Exactly.
Right.
As for the second, studios traditionally show movies at film festivals to get distribution deals, but Netflix doesn't need those distributors, so theaters think it's instead going to just have a marketing tool it can use down the line during awards season. At the moment, these complaints are just really nuisances to Netflix.
Sounds like jealousy.
Well, yeah, it definitely sounds like old rules not catching up to new platforms. So now we're wondering, we're all about middle ground. Let's find the peace here. Is there something Netflix could do to maybe make nice with the Cannes Film Festival and work their way, maybe weasel their way into it?
I think so. I mean, theaters want all festivals to eventually have like one common policy and kind of box Netflix out. So Cannes could definitely be like a starting thing, and a compromise I think is possible because Netflix isn't going to agree to conditions to wait 3 years for its subscribers to see its movies. But the French government has granted a compromise before. It did so for pay TV channel Canal Plus. In exchange for a 6-month window, it agreed to invest heavily in the French film industry. So Netflix could possibly broker a similar deal.